Chapter 33. I trailed Viv into the hallway, watching with disbelief, as she flicked on the light and rapped at my father's bedroom door. "Mr. Samuels, it's Vivian." When at first there was no reply, she took a deep breath and began pounding. "Mr. Samuels, please wake up. It's not an emergency, but it's important." My panic was replaced by blind terror. I backed into my room, snatched up a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and was dressed in 10 seconds. I pushed my feet into sneakers. I was in the hallway again, just as my father, in a robe, opened his door. "Is everything all right?" I didn't pause to listen to Viv explain. I shoved past them both. I had my hand on the doorknob when I felt Viv's full weight land on my back. "No!" she yelled. "Eli, don't you dare run away, you coward!" Her arms were around my shoulder, clutching. Her knees gripped my hips. It was true. I was a coward, and I knew exactly what I was afraid of. I was afraid to discover that my father might not be my father, that the experiment involving my conception had indeed involved chimera-like activities with my DNA, activities that split my parentage in strange, untraceable ways, and that my father knew, and that this was the source of his hatred for Dr. Wyatt, and that this was why he's reluctant to tell me. I knew my father loved me, even if I were some unnatural mismatch of DNA, even if I were not his or not fully his. He loved me. But this, did adopted children feel like this? Or was this some strange, new, unhuman emotion? "I'm sorry," Viv was saying. She slid down from the back but kept one hand firmly on my arm. "But the two of you have to talk, Mr. Samuels. Eli knows stuff, and you know stuff. This is about Dr. Wyatt, of course. You have to tell each other. Eli's scared. Mr. Samuels, you have to." My father cut her off. "I agree," he said calmly. "Oh," said Viv uncertainly. "But, Eli, if your father will talk to you, will you talk to him, Eli?" I didn't answer. I stumped against the wall. "Eli?" Finally, I nodded. The sequence of events after that was a little unclear to me, but somehow my father got dressed, and the three of us drove to Viv's apartment and dropped her off. Then it was my father and me, alone in its old silver Toyota Camry at 4 in the morning. My father drove a short distance to the library lot and parked there, leaving the motor running. I felt enclosed space of the car press in around me. I was glad that it was still dark. "Don't be angry at Viv," my father said. "She did the right thing. I've left this too long already." I said, "She shouldn't have forced things." My father spoke quietly, without moving his eyes from the steering wheel. "It was you who forced things. You made the decision weeks ago to pursue this." An edge of impatience crept into his voice. "You didn't stumble into Dr. Wyatt. You went looking for him. I tried to stop you, but you wouldn't stop." I drew in a breath. "I'm sorry." There was a moment of silence, and then my father reached out and covered his hand with his. "It's okay. You were right to try to stop me," I blurted. "No. Now I think I was wrong not to tell you long ago." That shut me up. He returned his hand to the steering wheel and added, "But that doesn't matter now. What matters is that you know how much I love you, how proud I am of you." I had known he would say that. I knew that he felt it, but still, it was good to hear. "I do know," I said. We sat another moment. Then I said, "Okay, are you ready now?" "Yes." Now it was my turn to to look straight ahead while I spoke. I already know what Dr. White told me about my conception. That mom wanted to be sure she wouldn't have a baby with HD, and he decided to help. That he gave her hormones to produce eggs. Then he examined the eggs to search for one without HD. Yes, my father seemed to be choosing his words carefully. "Originally, I thought we should just not have children, not take any risks. But your mother was determined. She was functioning from desperation. And Wyatt, to be honest, I thought he had to be both immoral and a crackpot to come up with this plan. But your mother begged me, and despite all my doubts, I couldn't say no. I let myself be persuaded." He looked at me intently, then, "And I will never be sorry that you exist. Never. Even if you did have HD, and you don't, we accomplished that. I would not be sorry." "But then why do you hate Dr. White?" I asked. "Why aren't you grateful? Mom was grateful, wasn't she? Yes, said my father. She was. Then, Eli, said my father quietly, have you ever heard the saying, nothing coming without a price? Of course, there was a price for you, Eli, and your mother agreed to pay it without consulting me. I suppose that was her right, but I don't have to like it, and I never will. I thought I knew, but I asked anyway. What was the price, Dad? He turned and looked at me. Even though, in the dark, I couldn't see his expression. The other eggs. Why got all of your mother's extra eggs to keep? My stomach convulsed. Kayla. I didn't know at first. There was a pleading note in my father's voice. I swear to you, Eli, I didn't know about that part of the bargain until after Ava was pregnant with you and Wyatt had assured us that you did not have HD. Ava knew I'd have a problem with the agreement. She told me it was her business, hers and Wyatt's. Her body, her choice, not mine. I was only involved in your conception. Dad. But I dream about them, my father said softly. I feel that they, whoever they are, maybe still in embryos, frozen, that they are my children somehow. Not genetically, I know that, but my responsibility. And I failed them because he's not a man you would trust with a child. I knew that the minute I met him. Brilliant, yes, but that's not important. At least I don't think it is. He swallowed. Eli, we let him have the eggs. We gave him dozens of potential children to play with in exchange for you.